Okay, I really didn't want to do this video, but I decided, hell, let's do it. This episode, pretty doo doo. It was pretty much poo poo water. It was not that good. The worst of the four episodes so far. Hopefully the next two are way better than this. Basically, I'm gonna keep it short. Again, I can't really use video or anything like that because DMCA. But basically, the synopsis of this episode is Obi-Wan and the Sand Snake Lady. They go into the Inquisitor base, and which is this beautiful base right here, which they do a good job making the space look as authentic as possible. It is a beautiful base. Um, and they take some stuff from that game, The Fallen Order. I never played it, but apparently they took a lot of stuff from that game. And basically they sneak in there. And by the way, in this episode, Obi-Wan, like, his powers are very inconsistent. You go from he still doesn't have his powers to all of a sudden he's like kicking ass and taking names, which is kind of cool to see for nostalgia. Um, but it was kind of like just all over the place. Like, we start with him barely able to use his powers like this, so then he's taking out stormtroopers, like high level ones, left and right. And basically the Sand Snake Lady, she's taken out maybe more guys than him. Well, not actually not, but she's her feats are more impressive than Obi-Wan's. The fact she's able to sneak on this base. They still haven't figured out that she's a traitor yet, and she's judo chopping Austin Powers style guys left and right. But if you look at what she did to Duran Martell, it makes a lot of sense. So really not that surprising. But I mean, at one point she takes one of these officers behind these computers and just straight up kills him right there in the command station, and like nobody notices him on the ground or anything. Like, it's pretty crazy. But maybe they don't care about realism anymore. I don't know, but it even for Star Wars standards, it was really unbelievable. But I guess at this point, I'm not really surprised. Then this was maybe one of the only cool parts of the episode. We got to see the one of the old Jedi dudes from Clone Wars. Basically, all the Jedi's, or at least some of the Jedi's, were preserved in this substance, this oak-like substance, honey substance, and but we only see like low-level ranking Jedi's in this thing, in this little like tomb area where they have them all preserved. We never see like Mace Windu, for example, some of the other guys on the council, like Fisto. Maybe those guys are just too damaged. I don't know, or they're put somewhere else. They're used for other experiments because of their force powers. I have no idea. But it was kind of cool to see regardless. And they even show Youngling at one point, and it's like, wow, that's pretty dark. So I will give them that. I mean, they did go pretty dark on that. And then everybody, they're showing this. I mean, I think this says a lot about this being probably, the worst episode. Is really everybody's just showing this clip, which is just the few seconds of Vader choking out Reva. And honestly, yeah, people like watching Reva get choked out, but Vader, I mean, he messed up just as much as she did. I mean, he let Obi-Wan escape. So how is he, he's kind of a hypocrite choking her out now for letting Obi-Wan escape. Yeah, she did let the base get destroyed, so that is true. I mean, there's one point where she had Tala, like, right in front of her, the Sand Snake Lady, and she doesn't even, like clearly she's a traitor, and she doesn't, like, kill her or just, like, take her right there. Is really incompetent. But then again, Vader, I mean, he let Obi-Wan go in the last episode, and we don't even get an explanation for that in this episode. Like, why did he let Obi-Wan go? We don't even know where he is for most of this episode. We don't know if he was on this base. And, I mean, if that's the case, he's really incompetent. He's just sent Obi-Wan. He was probably on his castle, Mustafar, but we don't even get, really any Vader in this except for him choking out Reva. Then he lets her go because she says that she put a tracking device on Leia's toy after Obi-Wan gets her out. And, it's. Hopefully the next two episodes are better. We can hope. That's all I got to say with that. And then, also there was this, I forgot to mention, they did the two kids in a trench coat where Obi-Wan, when he was sneaking Leia out, put her in his coat. And this actually almost worked, but then Reva comes out and she's like, hey, that's an old man, a kid in a coat. She's like the only one who notices. That was kind of funny. I will give them that. That was kind of funny. But apart from that, and the tomb and stuff, this episode really didn't have much to it. Oh yeah, there's this too. This pretty cool article. I got some of the shots here. Obi-Wan has to like stop this water from breaking through into the base because it's like underwater because he was fighting the stormtroopers and like one of the blasters hit the window, just like one little beam. Um, and that I mean, it just goes to show you the design. And a lot of people say, well, the Death Star had bad designs too, but we know in Rogue One that was kind of intentional. They kind of retconned that to be intentional. This, I don't think they're gonna have an explanation for why this base was so poorly designed. It's beautiful, but it's very poorly designed. That's another issue here. Now, a lot of this will sound like nitpicking, but it is what it is. But, anyways, yeah, I hope the next two episodes are good because this episode I just was not feeling it. It was just not that good. It was cool to see Obi-Wan fight again, but apart from that, apart from the tomb thing, it just really wasn't that good. You had a scene with Reva interrogating Leia to try to get information. That's why she puts a tracker on her, because Leia doesn't give her the information. That really wasn't that good. Reva's just not a very intimidating villain, but I kind of expect that at this point from the Disney Star Wars villains, just not really impressive. But yeah, I would say this episode was below average. I still say, hey, it's better than The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker, but it's definitely the worst of the 4 episodes so far. So, anyways, I gotta go. Have a good day, everybody. Don't forget to like, subscribe. It's greatly appreciated, and peace out.